Asian qualifiers, and is the game between Lebanon and New Zealand. In Group E for round two, Korea already winning today against Syria, Jordan on top of China, and now this one, of course, all of the teams will again be playing on Sunday as well. And as you look at the standings, we know that Korea and New Zealand have already qualified. China have qualified as the host. And there's going to be potentially Lebanon getting in as well, and Jordan.
ومثل العادة خلينا نرحب على الطريقة اللبنانية بالمنتخب النيوزيلندي.
So New Zealand back in Lebanon after winning the first meeting between these two teams. Back in the qualifiers, of course, they also played and won when they met at the FIBA Asia Cup here 2017. New Zealand winning the first game against Lebanon 63-60. It wasn't a thing of beauty for New Zealand, but they managed to get the win. And now they come here to face a Lebanon team that is hoping they can get a big win and go on to qualify for the World Cup. 32 teams will play at the World Cup. New Zealand has been on the map of international basketball due greatly to that incredible run. When you go back to 2002 and they reached the semifinals of the FIBA Basketball World Cup in Indianapolis. They played in Japan 4 years later. They played in Istanbul, or rather Turkey, in 2010. And of course, they played 5 years ago now in New Zealand. And they were led by Pero Cameron there with the spectacles and Paul Hanari in that 2002 team. Pero Cameron was in the all-tournament team. For Lebanon, well, they've had some bright moments in their basketball history as well. And you can hear as their players introduce the roar of the crowd. This is one of these countries where unquestionably, without a doubt, basketball is the #1 sport. And to get to the World Cup would be a huge accomplishment for them. They did play in 2010 at the World Cup. And they also played in 2006. And you might remember when they played in 2006, they got that big result. Not only did they beat Venezuela, but they beat France 74-73. They played in 2002 in Indianapolis, that same World Cup that New Zealand played in and reached the semifinals. That said, they did not meet that year. And so they want to make sure they get back to the World Cup, and they're hoping that tonight will help them in that endeavor. Now Jordan is nipping at their heels, and by winning tonight at home against China, currently Jordan are up 80-60. Jordan will go up against this very New Zealand team in their last game on Sunday. So, and that'll be in Amman. Lebanon will finish up at home against Korea. So now the national anthem for both countries. We're going to have a pause in the commentary.
وهلا خلينا نحمل كل الأكياس على الكراسي لنخلق أحلى لوحة بين هالنوفل لليلة ونسمع سوا النشيد الوطني اللبناني.
Well, yeah, I have to say, in my job, there's nothing like being able to come to this wonderful arena to call basketball games, something that I had the privilege to do at the FIBA Asia Basket 2017 in Lebanon. And as you can see, as you can hear, this is a raucous atmosphere. This is what international basketball is all about. And this is why New Zealand are excited. Now we're going to hear the haka. Well, perhaps not surprisingly, it was not really held quiet in here like it often is in a lot of arenas out of a show of respect or just the fact that they can't believe what they're watching, the haka. Certainly the Lebanese players were very respectful, and that is a haka. It's a traditional war dance that's done in New Zealand that their sports teams do, and the basketball team is among them. And it just adds to the color of what is already a fascinating game, the spectacle that's about to unfold before us tonight. And this is why, if you play the game of basketball, you want to be here to experience this type of atmosphere. There's nothing like playing international basketball in an arena like this. This is an electric experience. So the referees tonight, Arakelian, Samson Arakelian, Harja Jaladri, and Takaki Kato. Now Lebanon can secure a spot in the World Cup with 2 wins, but less could suffice. We'll get more into that in just a minute. Ruben Tarangi, Finn Delaney, Shea Illy, Jared Kenny, Mika Vukona, Corey Webster's back, Tom Abercrombie, Cruz Parrott Hunt, Rob Lowe all the way down to the bottom, Paul Hanari, the coach. And their starting 5 will be Abercrombie, Rob Lowe, Shea Illy, Mika Vukona, and Corey Webster. This Lebanese crowd knows all about Shea Illy, especially as he made the All-Star 5 at the FIBA Asia Cup in 2017. An outstanding player, especially on defense. For Lebanon, keep an eye on Majak tonight, John Abdel Noor, Amir Saud, Urakchi, the point guard, is back, Elias Rustam, Ibrahim. And I'd like to read all the names out, folks, but our graphics just seem to appear very quickly. and disappear very quickly. And the starting 5 for Lebanon. Abdel Noor, Ali Haidar. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Zouk Mikhail here on the outskirts of Beirut in Lebanon. It's the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian qualifier between Lebanon in red and New Zealand in white. New Zealand have already qualified for the World Cup, and the referee stops play because a TV camera cord somehow was left on the court. So Abdel Noor, Arakchi, Ali Haidar, Atar Majak, and Elias Rustam in the starting 5 for Lebanon. Shea Ili gets it to Low, and Majak got in there, was disruptive. Arakchi now has it for Lebanon. Only Ili in this group of players actually played at the Asia Cup when they met, and long shot no good. Tom Abercrombie, this is an much more experienced team. Abercrombie with the rebound, gets it over to Ili. Now Rob Lowe, he's a good shooting big, and he shows it. Drills that first three-pointer. Penetration and the foul will put Lebanon on the free throw line. So it's Rustam going right at Abercrombie. The foul is called on Abercrombie. Jordan's victory tonight has kept the pressure on Lebanon. If they finish with the same number of wins, then Jordan would advance. Rustam misses, follows up the shot, then misses with the putback. He perhaps rushed himself a little bit too much. Shea Ili back to Webster. Webster gets inside, passes it back to Ili. Good! Rattles it in. The best three-point shooting team percentage-wise in the Asian qualifiers is New Zealand. The tallbacks have been outstanding in that department. Majak now shows his soft touch from the left and hustles back to play defense. Ili. Vukona, his pass batted away, but it falls to Abercrombie. Then Abercrombie rushes up a shot. And I don't know if he felt like the shot clock was about to expire. He had a confused look as he looked around like he was surprised. So the pressure's off New Zealand in terms of having already booked their place, but they still want to put in a performance tonight. Rustam gets in and hits another jump shot. 3 points for him. He's got the tough assignment defensively. He has to guard Webster. And Webster fouled by Majak. I think if I'm out there, Majak, I don't want to commit that foul, Webster, that far away from the basket. Webster was really New Zealand's best player at the World Cup back in 2014. It just shows you that how things change with national teams, because Illy wasn't really a huge part of things then, and now he is. But he misses with that drive, and Haidar gets the rebound. Now the point guard actually has it. He hands it off to Haidar. Haidar catches it and goes up. Now Vakona over to Rob Lowe off the front of the rim. Rustam. No, excuse me, Abdel Noor. Rustam's up at the top of the screen in front of the New Zealand bench. Arakji again goes behind his back, steps back, puts it up, and drills the three. Well, they say it was a 2. So Shea Illy now comes back over to Lowe, and Lowe misses everything that time. Rakshi. Now Vakona. Over to Webster. Wide open. Rob Lowe stands tall, blocks Haidar. Now, Abercrombie floats in, Lowe there for the follow. Abercrombie gets it back. Lowe. Well, he made his first one, but he's missed a few since. And it's 9 apiece. Pass over to Majok. He's already hit one from there, but he misses the second attempt. Denor rebounds it. Now the pass from Haidar knocked away. And then Corey Webster kind of fell asleep. And Rustam came from behind and just stole the ball. Now the dump. And Lebanon staying after it. Abdel misses. But look at this, Rustam. And then he passes up ahead. So Abdel Majak goes over to his coach to clarify something. It was Haidar who ended up getting that layup at the end to put Lebanon in front. Now Rustam picks up his foul. Slaven Subotic is the coach. And they want to have a look at this. Look at that step back. Shea complaining that he was pushed off, but I don't think he's going to get that call. And look at that crowd. What a picture that is. I'll tell you what, there's not much room to do anything in here. This place is bursting at the seams with fans. Okay, so this is what they want to look at. They want to look at to see if it was a 3. They can't determine it from there. I thought it was a 3 in live action, but then it was ruled a 2. And if they can't get a definitive angle, it'll remain a 2. bit of wave action going on while they try to examine the evidence. Not sure if you could tell from that angle as well. Japanese referee wants to make sure he gets it right. He realizes the significance of every single point. Here it is. This might be, let's look. Wow, that is so close. My instinct initially, I think, was right, that it was a three-pointer, but I'm not sure if it's definitive looking at it. Here again, look at this. They're going to slow it up. I think it's a three. Maybe this one shows it better. Great camera work here. Illy's saying he was pushing off. And no, they're going to rule it was a two. I think they're going to say it's a two because they can't determine that it was a three. 100%. I thought it was a three. Anyway, it's New Zealand ball. Kenny into the game, passes it over to Webster. And Majak goes up for the rebound. Has been called, another one. So right now Lebanon looking like they have a pretty good idea of how they want to get after this New Zealand team. Haidar gets in the lane, misses. Pablo passed up the three that time. Gets to Ruben Tarangi. Tarangi was a member of that team in 2017. They played here. From the corner, Haidar with the rebound. Passes it back to Rustam, who had missed the first shot, the initial shot. And then quickly on the break, and the dunk from Finn Delaney. Lebanese fans will remember that. He was one of the real high flyers at the Asia Cup. Rustam, it was on line but short. Now to low, he gets it to Delaney, and again, another jam from Finn Delaney. Beautiful basketball. And Subotic calls timeout. I think that was Majak talking about his teammates. Apologies for the language, folks. Talking about the defense.
Okay, over there in offense. Share. Continue zone. Okay, doesn't matter. Listen, Mali, if they continue zone, if we get two players on the line, we start with the
leading scores there.
Not the man guy that side. Go on his side, and you cut inside. Okay? Listen now.
As you can see, keep that sustained pressure, defensive rebound here. All right? Three here. Come, you're at the top. Hey, let's go. Keep it up. Hey, Gotta be noticed. Number 5's on now. Shooter's on. Oh, take it off, 5.
So Ali Haidar brings it up the floor. And it's interesting, for some reason, Finn Delaney just seems to be a good fit for this New Zealand team against Lebanon. He's a talented player. Look at that, flies up for the rebound. Now he explodes out on the break and hands it off to Ruben Tarangi. Amir Saud, number 5 in the game for Lebanon. Oh, what a beautiful touch from New Zealand's Jordan Natai. Alex Pledger also in the game now for New Zealand. All the starters are out of the game for the Tall Blacks. Delaney with the rebound. Delaney. Shot clock about to expire. He's got to put it up, and he gets it up. But it was a tough shot, and Ali Haidar did a great job on defense that time. Majak ends the drought. Mid-range jump shot. He looks really good from that range, doesn't he? Tarangi, and he is fouled by Wael Arakchi, the point guard. Arakchi's going to take a seat and be replaced after picking up the foul. He's going to be replaced by number 17 of Lebanon, Jad Khalil. 22 years of age, so a big moment for him. And Tarangi misses the first attempt. Jad Khalil has played 7 games, averaged about 9.4 points per game and 3.1 points. Put some pressure on him, but he gets it to Haidar, and Lebanon break it. Abdunnour long, Pledger with the rebound. And the reach and the foul on Khalil. Yep. Got him right in the face. Webster. Abdunnour gets it. Now Khalil travels. From the corner, Webster misses again right at the end of the quarter. So 16-13, New Zealand head over to the bench with a 3-point lead. at the end of one. So far, Lebanon can't buy one from three-point range, and that's where New Zealand have done a lot of damage, hitting 3, albeit they're 3 of 9 from deep.
Just keep riding this hip, don't overhelp. All right, don't overhelp. He's attacking this way. We need to be thinking about our next. Good. Where I think we can be a little bit better and get some more downhill. Like, that post up to Phil and Hyder, we can get better than that. Cool. All right, get him out. Now get downhill.
Hey, if you do go in the post here, just go to your toe. All right, same thing. Here we go, here we go.
Man to man right here. Keep looking at your drags and your hip tap. Here we go.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who's importing?
Well, the game has been intense and lively, just as we anticipated. Lebanon struggling some offensively. Khalil has it. Aldrag hands it back off to Khalil, who now gets the ball inside. Ahmad Ibrahim drives in through the lane and scores and draws the foul. Ibrahim has played in 6 games, and he's played in 4 second-round games. And he makes that three-point plays. It's been a big score for them, averaging 14.5 points per game. So good time to introduce him. They're struggling for points. 16 apiece. Corey Webster fouled by Ibrahim. He's claiming that he was hooked by Webster. Watch this. I think he's got a point. But then after the missed free throw, Lebanon not able to rebound the miss. And Pledger will be called for a travel. Pledger is what a great story of perseverance with him. He's really had to overcome some injury issues in his career, but he just keeps coming out, and whenever possible, wants to play for New Zealand. Khalil fouled while attempting the jump shot by Vukona. Nice herky-jerky move. And again, looked like pretty decent defense by Vukona. So Khalil goes to the line and makes the first one. on. It looked like he walked. Ball bat out of bounds. So timeout on the floor as the teams retreat to the bench. Points for Delaney, 3.
Don't go for rebound. Ready for
Ruben Tarangi coming out of the timeout. Too long. Now Khalil has it. Seems like Lebanon have got a little of the momentum here. The switch. And Ibrahim forces the one up. Beautiful drive and layup by Jared Kinney. Haidar. Well, goes out of bounds. So 18 apiece here. Game has lost a little bit of its oomph offensively, and continuing that trend there with Abercrombie missing with the jump shot. Ibrahim now. Saud over to Khalil. Ibrahim puts up a very difficult shot. Rob Lowe was right in his grill. Now Khalil puts one up with the shot clock winding down. Seems like maybe Lebanon in a little bit too much of a hurry at times. Lowe, little jump hook, and ever since he hit that first shot, Rob Lowe's really struggled. Now 1 of 7 from the floor. And Haidar was getting ready to hand it to Ibrahim, who cut to his left. So Haidar is going to go take a seat. Look at the little miscommunication. Ibrahim saying, look, mate, I'm cutting to the basket. Now Shayili. And Rob Lowe again. Saud. Lebanon back up by 3. Their biggest lead of the game, in fact. And now the drive and the penetration of the foul. Webster, uncharacteristically missing his free throws tonight. And this is yet another one. Webster came into this having played in 6 of the qualifiers. And Saud misses. Abercrombie flies high for the board. And then the foul called on Lebanon's number 33, Bassel Balji. Again, seemed like he was just crashing the offensive boards. Anyway, maybe a tough call, but seems even out. Abercrombie loses it. The ball goes to Delaney. Stroke of good fortune. And Shea Illy has it over to defend Delaney. Back to Illy. Shot clock winding down. Ibrahim with the rebound. And driving in and scoring is Araxi. And then Araxi called for a foul, chasing from behind. This crowd is going absolutely nuts. Illy scores with the left hand. Last game of the day in Asia, you're watching it. And the pass by Saud intended for Majok went off his head, he wasn't ready for it. And then Delaney looked like he might have taken an extra step, but he scored. Watch this. Abercrombie gets the ball. 1, 2, 3. Well, I think we all know the answer to that question. Ibrahim floats in. Now Delaney again. Open floor, explodes to the basket. Arakji chasing him again. Now that was better. He didn't walk on that one. Electric stuff, folks, from Lebanon right now. The Asian qualifiers. Arakji missing. New Zealand on a run. They were down 23-18. The well is dry once again for Lebanon. Abercrombie gets it to Lowe. Sabatic has to call timeout. 8 consecutive points. Good catch. And then the pump fake by Lowe to get Majok off his feet and give him that window to go up and score. Watch this, right there, and then he goes up. Well, those are the numbers. Nobody's really taking over for Lebanon, just everybody's kind of chipping in. Now, earlier today in this group, Korea winning 87-74 over Syria, and also in second round Group E, Jordan won at home over China 86-62. I did not see that comprehensive victory coming, I have to admit. So congratulations to Jordan for putting the pressure on this Lebanese team. Jordan are also going to have to come out in all likelihood, well, possibly. You never know. I mean, Lebanon could end up losing twice, and then they would lose a head-to-head with Jordan. But Jordan will also play New Zealand. Ibrahim out on the wing. Now the alley-oop pass to Atar Majak. Beautiful pass and beautiful flush. That was Ali Mazir who tossed it up there. Now it's Finn Delaney, and this time he was met at the rim by Majak. Lebanon running. Ibrahim Cole, a charge has been called. Look at this though, Majak goes up, not in my house, he says, here in Lebanon. And then at the other end, Lebanon get up the floor quickly. Ibrahim where he likes to be in the open floor. And they called a charge, leading with his left arm. John Abdel-Noor comes back in the game, number 4, and Ibrahim has to sit down. Well, I think he has to go cool off. So angry with the call. And Abercrombie drills the 3. His first 3 of the game, in New Zealand now in front by 4 points. Abdel-Noor has it. Amir Saud off the front of the rim. And excellent play by Jean Abdel-Noor to get it back. Look at the hustle. And it was because of Abercrombie who went up and kind of collided with Pledger. They were both going for the ball, and then Pledger ended up fouling. Abdel-Noor makes the second. Back to a 2-point game now. Kenny looks to go baseline. Tarangi's open. Abercrombie though goes in the paint, floats, and gets it to go as Majak interfered with the ball. It was falling through the hoop. Look at the elevation for Abercrombie here. A tight game. Lebanon don't want this thing to start getting away from him here at the end of the first half. Haidar has it taken away by Vacona, who's renowned for his defense. Abercrombie. Beautiful pass to Lowe. Lowe gives it back to Abercrombie and is fouled. He will go to the line for a 3-point play. I suppose there was no danger of a 3-second call there on Abercrombie. He gave it to him, and he gets it back. I think that was good. Anyway, this is their biggest lead of the game, New Zealand. And the lead is 7. Abercrombie steps in front of the pass. And Ruben Tarangi. And a New Zealand run at the end of the first half has suddenly given them a 10-point lead. Alarm bells starting to ring in Beirut. Ali Mezir, his pass goes out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. Lebanon try to stop the bleeding.
Robbie in the trail. Mickey, you're in smash.
You want me to jump on him?
Jucker, you want me to jump on trial?
Yes.
Dribble down here. Dribble handoff with Robbie.
8 points Delaney, 4 rebounds for Kona, 3 assists for Illy.
And here, Tony, you're here. All right, Webb, you're throwing back to.
He's considering playing in a very difficult environment. It's been a pretty good performance from New Zealand, but they've only really started to open things up. There's a president of Lebanon, General Michel Aoun. Low, left open. Not sure I've ever seen a player open a game like Low with a three-pointer and look so silky smooth and then just kind of lose it. Three-pointer's good. Saud goes to 6 points. But you know what? If you're Rob Lowe, you got to keep shooting because the good shooters do, even in the tough times. Abercrombie, front and back of the rim, Lowe with the rebound. Just can't get it to go. He did have one other make after that opening three-pointer, but he's 2 of 10 from the floor. Now 2 of 11. And that is how it finishes at halftime. It's 37-30, New Zealand on top of Lebanon. So a few missed free throws by Webster, but they have made 3 more three-pointers for New Zealand, and that is effectively the difference for them. Lebanon's turnovers are not really getting the pressure they need to on New Zealand at this stage. Just 2 turnovers for the Tall Blacks. So enjoy these highlights. We'll be right back before the start of the second half. It's New Zealand leading at 37-30 over Lebanon.
زياد اهلا وسهلا فيك. الي اهلا وسهلا. كمان اهلا وسهلا. 1 2 3 4 5 6. مين السابع؟ شو الاسم؟ اهلا وسهلا فيكم. هلا طبق معكم مثل ما شايفين مع الموظف في عندنا 1 2 3 4 5 6. انتوا 7 مع الميوزك. رح تبلشوا تركضوا مثل عقارب الساعة. وقت بنوقف الميوزك بدكم تقعدوا، يعني ما يطلع المحل بفل. اوكي؟ هلا كل واحد اجى لهون طلع له 2 بوكس من الموظف، والرابح الاخير رح يطلع له 8 بوكسز من الموظف. Are you ready? 3 2 1 go! بس وقف الميوزك بدكم تقعدوا. مين طلع برا؟ هيدا it was a test هلا. أول وحدة كانت تست. كل عملوها، يلا. أوه! عشو قلت لحالك؟ طيب هلا أنت بدك تعطيها لهلا؟ لا لا لا. طيب. يلا بنشيل. ما تكرش ترجع تمرق. إذا عقارب الساعة. بلشوا تمرقوا جايز. خذوا طريقكم وعملوا كمان. أسرع 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 أسرع. أسرع. عفوت وحدة. عفوت وحدة. طيب يلا بسيطة هاتك. رح ترجع تشيل 1 كاوتش وربع. هلا قبل ما نبلش الميوزك كل واحد ياخذ طابة. انتوا اعتبروا مع طابة اكيد مش انتوا حقيقة. وين طابتك؟ وين طابتك؟ ضيع طابته. طيب خلص وين طابة يلا. في محكومي. بسرعة بسرعة بدنا نقول
37-30, New Zealand on top of Lebanon here at halftime in this FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian qualifier. New Zealand, the pressure's off of them. They've already clinched a spot in the World Cup. But they want to finish first in the group. And Korea keeping the pressure on them after winning today in that regard. But more importantly for Lebanon, they want to try to get to the World Cup. And Jordan have kept the pressure on them by moving level with them on wins. 6 wins after getting a victory over China today. Jordan will play New Zealand next. And Lebanon will finish up their campaign against Korea. So if Jordan and Lebanon finish with the same record, Jordan would progress by virtue of their superior goal differential in their 2 meetings. Each team won one of those games. And I honestly did not anticipate Jordan winning as convincingly as they did today. In fact, I didn't think they would win that game because China had played very well in the previous window. But today was Jordan's day. So here's New Zealand.
If it's not on, get you out here. Robbie, you're on the 2-man game with Tommy. Yeah. All good? All right, come on, boys. Right, start here defensively. Let's go.
Hey, let's play desperate. We're not playing desperate. Let's play desperate. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's fight. One cup, baby. 20 minutes. Fight now.
I think after Magic said it all, we got to play desperate. The sense of urgency has got to be there for Lebanon over the next 20 minutes. They simply do not want to go into that final game against Korea knowing they have to win. Also the fact that, that they wouldn't necessarily control their own destiny, because you never know, this New Zealand team might not beat Jordan as well as Jordan played today. And already turnover. Gets the ball back to Lebanon. In that Jordan win today over China, 86-62. Dar Tucker had 32 points and 11 rebounds, 5 assists, so he came to play. Ali Haidar, and a foul called down low. Who they called the foul on. They did call it on low, I guess, for the bump beforehand. But that was before he went up. But he might have gotten him on the way up anyway. Anyway, he makes both free throws. Haidar. Little floater from Abercrombie. Haidar. Double team. Manages to get the ball over to Wael Rakji, and the point guard drills the jump shot. I'd love to get some turnovers and fast breaks. And Mazak once again says, not in my house, this time to Mika Vakona. And Arakji, meanwhile, goes in takes the contact from Shea Illy. So he will go to the line. Great block from Ater Majak. And terrific explosiveness up the court by Arakci, just trying to get to the free throw line, which he does. And just like that, it's a three-point game. New Zealand on top 39-36. Shea Illy hands it off to Abercrombie. Now Vicona goes up in the paint. And so far so good for Lebanon here in the quarter. And now a little bit of afters with Ali Haidar and Rob Lowe. And I'm not sure, but neither of these guys, they need to cool off. Because first of all, they can't afford any fouls or technicals or unsportsmanlikes in this game, but then they don't want to risk any type of suspension. And a good job by Ali Haidar to go over to Lowe and say high five. I don't know if we'll get another look at that. But it was certainly unsavory. It looked like Haidar was boxing Lowe out, and then as Lowe fell, he kind of pulled Haidar down to the ground, and then Haidar started having words while standing on top of Lowe. So Arakci hustled down and did the right thing by pulling Ali Haidar away, and also the referee did a good job of getting in between them. Watch this again. He'll box, he's trying to box him out. Oh, I see. Yeah, honestly, I think Lowe's a little bit at fault there because he hooks Haidar with his arm and then started pulling him down. And then he started, yeah. I'm a fan of Rob Lowe's, but I think in that case, I think he was a little bit out of order. So an unsportsmanlike foul called on Haidar as well as on Rob Lowe, offsetting. Well, that was a real flashpoint, wasn't it? And Arakci sneaks up from behind with Vicona, goes up and draws the foul. Vicona fell asleep, just like Webster did in the first half, with Arakci hunting him down. Look at that. Boy, it's been a, let's see if Vicona was looking to make the pass, but if you've got Arakci around you, you better be aware of it. It's been absolutely terrific when you think about how New Zealand and Australia have come into Asia, because now they're getting to play games, a lot more games, and then you add the fact that you've got the Asian qualifiers for the World Cup. They're getting to experience an environment like this. And likewise, it's great for Lebanon because they brought a really good team into Asia that they get to play against. You're only going to get better if you play against good competition. And of course, New Zealand is excellent opposition. Webster steps back for three. Illy with the offensive rebound. And he was fouled. It's a tough shot for Webster to take. Oh, boy, he caught it right in the face from Amir Saud with the left hand. Shea Illy's pretty tough. He's not going to react to that. Beautiful pass from Illy, and that's goal interference. The ball already going off the backboard. Look at this pass. Terrific play. Finn Delaney getting into position, and excellent call by the refs. Rakji. His team trailing by 3. The pressure of knowing Jordan have already won. Rakji flies a little bit out of control, and the charge has been called. So Shea Illy getting it where you don't want to get it. Watch this. Taking one for the team. Oh, it was right after is when he got the you-know-what. The contact in the... Anyway, he's shaking it off. And now he'll bring it up. The floor with Khalil having checked into the game for Arakji. Delaney, guarded by Saud. Arakji has 3 fouls, by the way. Tarangi, his pass, corralled. And shot clock violation, great defense. Well, if you're a player and you don't love an environment like this, you must not have a pulse. This is tremendous. That's why the Kiwis are so anxious to get up here and play this game. They love it. And they're winning by 3, but they've got everybody in this Duke Macau arena cheering against them. Khalil gets it back and gets it to fall. 3-pointer ties it at 41. He's got some big game in him, doesn't he? Big game play, now the turnover. And Saud has it. Haidar. Abdel Noor steps back. Finn Delaney rebounds the miss. Outlet to Illy. Abercrombie. And Saud over to Ali Haidar. Terrific finish from Ali Haidar. I thought he had no chance of getting this one, especially over Abercrombie. And Lebanon have stormed back to take the lead. No-look pass, beautiful basketball. And once again, Finn Delaney goes up for a rim rocker. This arena just absolutely brings out the best when it comes to the hops. And he dunked with Atar Majak bearing down on him. Watch this. You saw Majak's eyes get real big. And Finn Delaney had to take it strong, and he did. Now Finn Delaney does not complete the three-point play. You just feel like these guys are going to die on the court today to get a win for both teams. They are getting after each other. Khalil over to Haidar in the lane. And Finn Delaney went up with a swatting motion to get the block. He's called for the foul. Watch this. Well, did they call it on him or they called it on Pledger? They called it on Pledger. I mean, really, it was a good job by Delaney to make sure he didn't make the shot. 3 fouls. And on Pledger, and more importantly, for Haidar, he's missed the free throw. Seems like a nice, quiet environment to put a child to bed at night. Oh, Haidar missed both. Saud with the rebound, or has possession after Abdennour got the rebound. Ali Haidar, go! Explain that one to me. He misses 2 free throws, then he steps outside and hits the 3 and goes for 11 points. And the best part about it, folks, we've still got 14 more minutes and plus to watch this. Tarangi. And I believe coming over the back is going to be the call on Ali Haidar. Or is it on Saud? I love it. Look at the intensity, the scrapping, and that is a great call by the ref, as Saud really did kind of, you can box your man out and you can put your backside on him, but there comes a limit when you're not just completely pushing him, although it's interesting to see him actually push Pledger, who's a lot bigger, out of the way. Well, Italy about to book their place at the World Cup. They are winning big on Hungary and Europe. Meanwhile, the Netherlands have stormed back and trail Lithuania now by just 4 points in front of a raucous crowd in the Netherlands. It is all happening also in Africa. A great game going on with Cote d'Ivoire on top of Nigeria. 14-8, trying to keep their hopes alive. But here we are in Asia, and Khalil's three-point attempt rims out. He got no love from the rim. Kenny passes back to Delaney. And Abercrombie is either out of bounds or he travels. Non-stop noise on the outskirts of Beirut. Abercrombie checks out of the game. Jordan Natai back in. Lebanon will remember that Natai can really drill the open jump shot. They've got to get a hand in his face. It's one of the advantages to this New Zealand team. They're such good shooters. When you guard them, they can go past you. Here's Ali Haidar, turns. Good D and good rebound from Delaney, having a whale of a game today. Natai. Now the turnover, 2-on-1 break. Ali Haidar. And a block called on Jared Kenny. I thought he might pass it. And it looked like Haidar kind of slowed his own progression, and that might be what got him to call there. Watch again. Tried to cut back inside. He could have passed it over to Khalil. That's probably the better play, but he decided to go all the way. And now we've got a timeout. The Cedars. Are we going to see him at the World Cup? Well, they do travel in good numbers. It would be fun to see them there. But it would also be fun to see Jordan there. I've got mixed emotions about that one. And it would be fun to see the Philippines there. talking about Delaney having a good game. He's got a team high 12 points and also has 6 rebounds. He's the highest rated New Zealand player tonight at plus 15. And interesting, that's an honor that usually or often goes to Corey Webster, but tonight he's -4 efficiency, negative. Arakji and Atar Majak each at plus 12 for Lebanon. And right now, Haidar playing with a lot of heart for this Lebanese team. He goes to 12 points. This will give him a game high if he can make it. And he does. Game high 13 points. Lebanon leading by 4. They had to have a good third quarter. They kind of lost the initiative at the end of the first half. Beautiful. Natai just got such a soft release. Look at this. And he takes advantage of the post up. Majak actually came over to help out, but Natai was able to get it up and in. Saud back over to Haidar for 3. Majak gets it back. Haidar needs to be careful. He doesn't try to do too much. Saud from the baseline. New Zealand can tie it. They'll take the lead with a 3. They've hit 3. They've hit 5 3-pointers tonight. That time the tie turns on the baseline, misses, but a foul was called on Rustam. Whoa, boy. Trying to contend with Pledger in there, and then he was called for the push, but you saw him as well kind of catch an elbow from Pledger, and to his credit, he hasn't complained about it. Although I'm pretty sure a lot of small guys might catch some elbows from Pledger because he's so tall. Points for Pledger tonight. Remember, made that international bow with New Zealand at the 2008 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament in Athens. So he's been with this program for more than a decade. Ibrahim back in the game now. Tough assignment for him going up against Illy, but Majak gives him a pick. Rustam back to Majak, long, a little bit further out. He still hits it. I think he thought he hit a 3, but it was a 2. He was given a 3-point side. Illy. Really spins. Tough pass to Finn Delaney. He doesn't catch. Haidar, a little scoop. And Majak for the second time gets it back for Haidar after a miss, and then Haidar.
See, please, look at this. Please review it.
Lebanon appealing for a review. I think Haidar needs to calm down a little bit offensively. He's starting to force it. Look at this. Spin. I mean, maybe if he'd gone to the basket. Illy hands it off. Oh, beautiful pass to Pleasure. Pleasure gets it back. 2 free throws coming again for the New Zealand center. I think this is good. He needs to sit down for a minute. Haidar goes out. And coming in for him is Charles Tabbitt. Haidar goes out with 13 points, 8 rebounds, and a couple of steals, but he's now 4 of 12 from the floor. He was, I think, 4 of 8, 4 of 9. He's missed his last 3 or 4 shots. Russell Bowsy not getting many minutes tonight, which is curious. Tickles the twine on both occasions. Pleasure goes out and Delaney comes back. Also Webster back in. Look at that view from on high. Oh, Ibrahim goes behind his back. And that was going to be a highlight reel play if he pulled that one off. Look at this, goes behind his back. There was no foul there. It was a good no call. Here he is again. Rustam, the deep 3. And a foul called on Delaney. Trying to box out Majak. Called for a hold. Watch Delaney. Well, I guess he kind of had his arms around him, but I don't know, a lot of that stuff kind of let it go inside. Majak since the first one is back to Lebanon lead. And it's a 2-point advantage. We've had 11 lead changes in this game. What's interesting is New Zealand has scored 28 points in the paint tonight. Double what Lebanon has scored. You wouldn't think it would be that pronounced, especially with New Zealand such a good 3-point shooting team. Webster. Dakota comes up, sets the pick. Now he's going to roll, and Webster goes all the way down. That is a top-class move from Webster. And a 3-point attempt off the back of the iron by Rustam, and that's how it finishes. Look at this. The problem was how Tabet defended Webster there. Watch him. He could have sagged a bit maybe and given up the jump shot. And Khalil got it. And then passed it up to Rustam. So we've played 3 quarters and we're all knotted at 52 here in Lebanon. Well, congratulations.
World. The FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it.
Well, congratulations to Italy. They've qualified. They've won tonight at home over Hungary. And that also, I believe, has punched the ticket for Poland. So yeah, both Italy and Poland have now qualified for the World Cup. Both teams won tonight, but Poland needed Italy to win against Hungary, which they have done. So the places continue to be snapped up in the hunt for the World Cup. Italy have made it to the World Cup for the first time since 2006, and Poland have qualified for the first time since 1967. And also in Africa today, Senegal have qualified. Coming right out, Arakji drills the three-pointer. Boy, that was timely. Abercrombie has it. Oh, beautiful release. So one more point to that World Cup qualification. Since Italy, Poland, and Senegal have qualified, we now have 22 of the 32 teams. 10 more will be determined over the last 3 days of the qualifiers. And this Lebanese team is in the mix. New Zealand doing everything they can to complicate their path to the World Cup, that's for sure. Thank you very much, Simon. And diving on the floor, and Vakona goes up for the layup. Haidar back in, gets it over to Ibrahim. I think I'd be willing to give Arakji a touch every time down. Haidar with the rebound. Haidar tripped up. No, Ibrahim tripped up. So that last Vakona basket put New Zealand back in front. But now it's a chance for Lebanon. It was not the shooting motion, so Saud takes a three instead. And Fendelaney rebounds it. Pablo goes out of the game. Here's Webster, hands it off. Abercrombie floats in and scores. Points now for Thomas Abercrombie. Saud, Ibrahim, Arakji. Ibrahim chases it down, always behind the arc. Goodness me! He dials it from long distance. That was his celebration, his first three. And then New Zealand's Abercrombie misses from the right corner. Arakchi goes up. Oh, it stays out. Look at this. Oh, how close it is. Oh, and Arakchi got hit as well by Shea Illy, but it wasn't noticed. That was his question as he walked over to the bench. They're letting them play. Webster for three. Tarangi with the rebound. Webster again. Delaney from the left corner. Six and a half minutes remaining. No doubt, thrilling minutes. We saw Lebanon fade a little bit late in the first half. Might they be in danger of doing that again here at the end of the game? Arakchi. Oh, this time he dumps it off nicely to Haidar. And Haidar will go to the line. Fouled by Kenny.
2 free throws, number 11, Ali Haidar.
Haidar takes a deep breath and makes the free throw. And makes the second. Goes back to a 1-point game. And New Zealand turned it over. Kenny. Called for palming. No. Pledger called for the foul on the screen. Tarangi bumped to the ground. Ibrahim, jump shot, that was a 2, but his team back in front now. He definitely is a scorer. Now he's got 8 points. And Majak goes up to try to block it, but nevertheless, Pleasure there for the follow. New Zealand now committed 4 fouls. So the free throw line is very soon going to come into play, you would think. And that was on Tarangi. And quick pass to Ibrahim. Used his body well to make sure he got some contact with Tarangi. That pass whipped in there. And Ibrahim taking some of the scoring load right now. He's got 9 points. Remember, he came in averaging 14.5 points in the qualifiers. Second one is good as well. Webster. Good defense from Haidar. Lebanon up by 1. Webster. Delaney for 3. Saud. Floats in. Wasn't even close. I think he went up thinking maybe he was going to pass it. That's the only way you'd explain that bad of a shot. Here's Tarangi. Good hustle Delaney to get another rebound. 8 rebounds for him to go with his 15 points. Could very well be his finest ever effort for the Tall Blacks. At the FIBA Asia Cup, Finn Delaney had 15 and 10 against Kazakhstan, 14 and 8 against Korea, 17 and 9 against Jordan, and 22 and 7 against Korea in the third place game. So I was wrong. I mean, he's had a lot of great games for New Zealand. This is just another one of them. Arakchi looks for some space. Over to Ibrahim, who steps back, puts it up. Majak not able to rebound it. Vukona gets it. Now to Tarangi. He gets it to Abercrombie. The bump. Abercrombie puts it up. Majak kept it alive. Gets it for the Cedars. Haidar hands it off to Ibrahim. Ibrahim puts it up and still can't get it to fall. Now New Zealand's turn. Well, they reclaim the lead. Vukona, they're leaving him open. Kenny. Arakchi on him. Tarangi, he can shoot it. He can also penetrate, and he does, but he was affected by Majak. And oh boy, Lebanon, it was their ball, but they couldn't pick it up. And Arakchi also goes down. Watch this. Oh, he hit Majak. He headbutted him by accident. And Majak also kind of dazed by that. And sometimes it can be a physical game, and sometimes you run into your own player. Here it is again. Watch. Arakchi's gonna, his head is gonna collide with Majak. Here it comes right here. Oh, that was it. Boy. Right around the, just to the right, the upper cheek and beneath the eyebrow. Good effort there by Majak to put Tarangi off the shot. So back to live action, and Arakchi has to come out of the game. Tarangi, and a foul called, so Tarangi now goes to the line. And I wonder how long he's going to stay out, if he's, Subotic is tempted to put him right back in. Well, good aggressive play by Ruben Tarangi. And he goes to the line. And he ties it. Remember, Jordan have won today, so they've got the same number of wins as Lebanon. Now, if they finish this window with the same number of wins, Lebanon would lose out because of their head-to-head with Jordan. So they need to win this game. So Tarangi missed the second free throw, and then a foul was called on New Zealand, which puts Haidar, and the foul was called on Vicona, so it puts Haidar on the line.
Two shots, number 11, Ali Haidar.
Boy, Haidar looks like he's really put in the hours tonight, doesn't he? He's played 33 minutes. 16 points, 10 rebounds. Only makes 1 of 2, but New Zealand got into the lane too early, so another attempt coming for Haidar. He still missed it. Abercrombie, three-pointer for New Zealand. They're now in front by 2. Amir Saud goes behind his back. Gets it out to Ibrahim for 3. Kenny was able to pass it as he crossed midcourt to Lowe, and now he gets it back. That was a 2-pointer from Abercrombie, not a 3. So it's a 1-point lead for New Zealand. Kenny. And the box out. Good job by Jean Abdelnour. It looks like we're in for another thrilling finish here in the Asian qualifiers. Saud for 3. Threw it up too hard off the back of the iron. Majak on the ground trying to get it in. Ibrahim sneaks in there, throws the ball off of Tarangi. And they might just look at this. Takaki. The Japanese referee, I think they're going to go look at that. It looks to me like it's Lebanon's ball. Ibrahim gets it there, and he throws it off of him. They're not going to call a charge or a travel. Here it is again. I guess Tarangi must have thought that the ball went off of Ibrahim after it went off of him. Or maybe he thought Ibrahim was already out of bounds, but that wasn't the case. Yeah, I think he just thought that it went off of Ibrahim, but it did not. So with 1:21 remaining, New Zealand lead at 66-65, but it's Lebanon ball. And we've got timeout on the floor, called by Lebanon. Meanwhile, the New Zealand Brain Trust also puts their heads together.
You stay on Ibrahim. You stay
Okay, so back to live action after the timeout. Rakchi back in the game. Must have been dazed after that collision. Shot clock winding down. Gets it over to Abdel Noor, who misses. Haidar with the rebound, but then he throws it into the hands of Ruben Tarangi. Tarangi walks the baseline, and I think he just lost the ball. It goes back over to Lebanon. Have a look. Oh, actually Haidar did. He might have knocked that out. But anyway, they're not going to review it. Saud gets it to Majak. 6 on the shot clock. Saud drives in, misses. Offensive rebound, put back. Abdel Noor, Lebanon back in front. Timeout on the floor. A long way to go, though, before Lebanon can celebrate. Thought they'd let too much time get off the clock before they got into motion. But that's why you go to the offensive glass. Look how high that ball went off the glass. And Abdel Noor went in and got arguably his biggest offensive rebound and basket of the Asian qualifiers. He's only got 4 points today. He struggled from the floor, but he does have 8 rebounds. Abercrombie leading the way from New Zealand. Now well, the question is, are these fans going to go home happy, or are they going to be going home miserable, knowing that they're in a tie with Jordan, and that Jordan would have the advantage going into the last day? It all comes down to this. You got to make a stand on defense and get a rebound. The question is, will New Zealand get immediately into their offense, or will they take it down to the end? And you've always got the prospect of overtime if a foul is committed, and New Zealand were to make just one of 2, perhaps. Now the ball inbounded to Vakona. He's going to go at Majak. He passes to Abercrombie for 3. Doesn't mess around, and Thomas Abercrombie has just hit a 3-pointer that might just have put Lebanon on the back foot in their bid to get to the World Cup. Beautifully drawn up, executed, and Abercrombie showing off that terrific shot. Here it is again. Well, that's what you get when you've got the highest percentage three-point shooting team in the Asian qualifiers. You get a guy that's going to shoot a three-pointer. And Abercrombie, who was 1 of 5 from three-point range before that one tonight, nailed it. So now what do you do if you're Lebanon? 16 points from Haidar. I think ideally you might like to get some penetration from Rakchi. But Atar Majak has shown the ability to knock down jump shots as well. Will New Zealand escape with a narrow win? Or will Lebanon survive? Well, whichever happens, it's going to be a famous chapter in that country's basketball history, because this has been a great game. Surely they're going to get the ball to Arakci. He's got it. 4-second differential. No, there shouldn't be. Should be a full shot clock. Arakci puts it up from deep. Majok with the rebound. Majok stopped because he heard the buzzer. Bizarrely. And I didn't think the shot clock would come into play. So I don't know why the buzzer would have sounded in the first place. Actually took the shot. I could be wrong, but I thought there was even when they called timeout, there was less than 24 seconds, so you wouldn't have the shot clock. When Abercrombie made his three-pointer, there were 20 seconds left in the game, according to the play-by-play. Looking back at it, so really the shot clock shouldn't have gone off, and I think probably Lebanon come off worse here because they had a good look with Majok getting the offensive rebound. He could have gone straight back up here and either scored or potentially drawn the foul. As it was, he kind of like hesitated as the buzzer was sounding, and strangely now everybody's wondering what's going on. I mean, why is the shot clock even ticking down? It should have been turned off. Because they called timeout after Abercrombie hit the go-ahead three-pointer with 20 seconds left. If you go back and look at it, so they're going to put 4 seconds on the clock and give the ball to Lebanon, but I think they would have rather have had that shot from Majok. But anyway, maybe they're going to draw something up here. Oh, what a bitter defeat this will be for Lebanon. But at the end of the day, you have to give credit to New Zealand as well. Abercrombie came out and hit a big shot. So you've got Amir Saud, Atar Majak, Ali Haider, Wael Arakci, and Jean Abdelnour on the court. And it's going to be Arakci who is going to try to inbound the ball. And again, I think they want to go have another look at the clock. Well, when they look back at this, I think what they'll discover is that the buzzer never should have sounded. Shot clock should have been turned off. Meanwhile, while they try to sort this out, just as a reminder, tonight Italy have qualified for the World Cup with a big win over Hungary, and that has also, there you go, you see, I think they're trying to get 4 seconds on the clock. Poland qualified for the World Cup after their win over Croatia, and I don't know, they're saying 0.4 seconds. That just seems a bit harsh to me. for Lebanon. I'm surprised. I thought they had more time than that. It's almost like they've given as much time at the end. Anyway, they try to inbound it, and New Zealand has stolen the ball, and they have claimed victory with a bizarre finish. Although, to be fair, they got a terrific game-winning shot from Thomas Abercrombie, and they're going to try to dissect what happened at the end. It looked to me like Majak kind of stopped playing with 4 seconds still, and that's where they would have restarted it, but instead they restarted it with 0.4 seconds. So, great win for the Tall Blacks. Unfortunately, we had to have that little finish at the end that I think has everybody scratching their heads. But what we have to say is that Thomas Abercrombie, coming out of the timeout, hit a very big three-pointer. And if you're Lebanon, you came out and really you left everything you had out on the court tonight. And you've got to hope now that you can come out and win at home over Korea. And also hope at the same time that New Zealand go and beat Jordan, because that's what they need. That's not the first time the New Zealanders have spoiled the party here in Lebanon. They beat them at the Asia Cup in 2017. And that was also a great game. And when you consider that they only won by 3 points in the first meeting this year, I think in a game that wasn't nearly as exciting as this one. These two teams really get after each other. That game was 63-60. This one, New Zealand won it 69-67. They hit 7 threes. That was close. Lebanon did a lot of their damage at the free throw line. New Zealand, a lot more baskets inside the arc, but the rebounding very similar. Turnovers, fouls. And Haidar with the 16 points, 11 rebounds. Great effort by him tonight, but not rewarded with a victory. Kind of had those 2 steals. And Delaney was terrific with the 15 points. An interesting Pledger 7, so 19 for Abercrombie led the way. Haidar to the 16, Arakchi 13, and Ibrahim 10 for Lebanon. So as things stand now, both Lebanon and Jordan are 6-5, but Jordan owned the head-to-head over that one. At the end of the day, you take China out of the standings and you move Lebanon and Jordan up 1. And it's all going to come down to that last game day in the Asian qualifiers to determine whether it's Lebanon, Jordan. Also, you've got Philippines, I believe, that are still in the hunt. Also in the other group. And Iran are 7-4. So, and Kazakhstan at 4-7. I don't think they're going to be able to finish now as the best 4th place team. So they're out of the running. So yeah, so that's where we stand. Anyway, here are the highlights. Another interesting note with Africa, Cote d'Ivoire are putting a real hurting on Nigeria right now, which is most unexpected. So a lot of unpredictable results going around the qualifiers tonight and this weekend. Webster didn't do much in the first half, but when he came into the second half, he made a couple of big plays. This New Zealand team is going to be a tough one to make for the World Cup, that's for sure. Had a lot of good players out here tonight, and they've got a lot of good players that weren't here that will be contending for spots on the roster that goes to China. So Haidar was 4 of 13 from the floor. He had 11 rebounds to go with his 16 points, 4 turnovers. Arakci was second with 13 points on 4 of 11 shooting. And Majak had 10 points and 9 rebounds. Seems like they could go to him a little bit more offensively. He shoots it very well. Ibrahim also had 10 points, 3 of 10 from the floor. So really the most efficient shooter was Majak. Interesting that Lebanon ended up with 17 points off turnovers, whereas New Zealand finished with 11. But the points in the paint is mind-boggling. 38 for New Zealand and 16 for Lebanon. So that's it, 69-67. New Zealand win a thriller.